What is Dutch processed cocoa? What is Dutch processed cocoa, and is it better than regular cocoa? But, before we answer that question, let's remember what cocoa powder is. The cocoa powder is the remnants of the cocoa beans after they are dried, roasted, fermented, and then ground into a paste. Cocoa powder is what gives chocolate its flavor without any added fats, sugar, or milk. Natural cocoa powder is the most common type, and its tastes vary depending on where it's made. However, no matter how the factory makes it, natural cocoa powders will always have the same characteristics, such as bitterness and acidity. Cocoa powder has a pH level of between 5 and 6. Dutch processed cocoa, also known as European, Dutched, or alkalized, is washed with a potassium carbonate solution to neutralize the pH level. Heavily Dutch cocoa powder has a pH level of 8 and has a bittersweet taste. Dutch processed cocoa powder will appear darker in color than other cocoa powders. Due to its neutral pH level, Dutch processed cocoa does not mix well with baking soda and will not produce carbon dioxide. That is why recipes that call for Dutch processed cocoa require baking powder. Can you use Dutch processed cocoa to replace regular cocoa and vice versa? The answer depends on whether the recipe calls for baking powder or soda. If your recipe asks for baking soda, you'll need to use regular cocoa. You will need to use Dutch processed cocoa when it calls for baking powder. When the recipe asks for baking powder and soda, you can use either one or the other, Dutch processed or regular cocoa. You must follow the recipe to get the correct balance of acidity and alkalinity. However, any recipe that asks for baking powder will rise. In the case of chocolate cake, Dutch processed cocoa has a rich and more profound chocolate taste than natural cocoa. The kind of cocoa you use depends on your preference when it comes to any pudding, dessert sauce, custard, or ice cream. All in all, using Dutch processed or natural cocoa all depends on personal preference. But, you must follow the recipe carefully to ensure you get the best results. At Lazar's, we offer a wide variety of delicious handmade chocolates. From regular chocolate bars to nuts, fruits, and other filled treats. And if you need party favors for your celebration, we have you covered there as well. For a complete list of our products, visit our website or give us a call at 516-829-5785. We will answer any questions you may have.